Alright, hi guys. This is another video, and today I'll be talking about the candlesticks. So, what is candlesticks? Candlesticks basically is the price movement showing on the chart, and the price movement basically it can be as a day. Like the candle can be as 1 day, or maybe 5 minutes, or 1 minute, or 30 minutes, or an hour. This is like a couple of examples of the 5 minute candle. This is a 5 minute. Each candle represents 5 minutes. This one is a 1 minute candle. So for me, what I like to use the most during the day, I like to keep the 5 minute where when the market is open, so I can see the trade happening live, and I can see how many shares have been traded. And then the last 5 minutes, like for example, this one, you can see how many shares have been traded. Also here, there, and I like to use the 1 day. So this is like each candle now represents 1 day in like a 3 years period. So let's talk. Let's go over the candles a little bit deeper. So these are the candles basically. The green one represents like a bullish candle where buyers are taking over, and the red one represents like a bearish where the sellers are taking over. And this is the body. For the green one, the body is the open is at the bottom and the close is at the top. And the green one, the red one is it's the opposite, where it's open at the top and closed at the bottom. And these are the tails, where the tails are the same. The top tails represents the high of the day, or the 5 minutes, or 1 minute, or an hour, and the tails, the bottoms represent the low of the day. And of course, there are more examples like the gravestone and the dojis and the bullish body and the bearish body, and so many other examples. And also over here, like we can see, some people they rely on candlesticks when they're trading, which I really don't to do, because it's not really accurate. Like some people they make predictions based on the formation of the candles. Like you can see here, the three bullish shoulders. They say like it's gonna fall down after you see the three bullish soldiers. I don't believe in that much, to be honest, so I will just skip that. But which I believe in which is the ones that I have at the bottom, which is the shooting star, and the hanging man, and the hammer, and basically the inverted hammer, which is basically the inverted hammer is like similar to this one, but it comes at the bottom. Let's see if I have it here. No, not this one. I'm sorry. It's this one. Yeah. See at the top of the trend, when you see an inverted hammer, it turns to be a shooting star, and when it comes at the bottom after the downtrend, which is basically a hammer, and if it comes at the top, a hammer when it comes at the top, which is basically a hanging man, and at the bottom, the shooting star became an inverted hammer. So basically, when you see like an inverted hammer at the top, which is a shooting star, that's like a sell signal. Also, like when you see a hammer that comes at the top, which is hanging man, that's a sell signal. And when you see like hanging man, which is this one, I'm kind of mixing the names so you guys can get the idea. But it's when you see a hammer after like a downtrend, this is like a buy signal. And also when you see an inverted hammer after a downtrend, that's also a buy signal. So let's take a look at some of the examples, so you guys can get a clear idea. Okay, so this one right here, this guy, that's a sell signal. It's a clear sell signal. That's like a shooting star with the really tiny body. Some people they would call it doji, but for me I would call it like a shooting star. Also over here, that's a clear hanging man, and that's a sell signal. If you can see this price drop, moved sideways a little bit. Also here, like we can see a shooting star. Moved after a couple of days, moved like sideways. Then after that, followed by a huge fall. By the way, this is a GoPro start. So let's see in the past over here. So we can see that the GoPro stock went up really crazy. Then we saw here like a clear hanging man, followed by hanging man, because it came at the top. If it came at the bottom, I would call it a hammer. So since it's at the top, so it's a hammer. I mean a hanging man. That's a clear sell signal. Also over here, which is a shooting star. Then after that, the GoPro started falling really crazy and went from 98 down till, I guess, stopped at 10 something, which is really huge drop. Then after that we start seeing like hammers, inverted hammers, like over here, inverted hammer, a strong buy signal, hammer, inverted hammer, inverted hammer. But like when you see a hammer or inverted hammer, don't just rush in and buy. Always wait, like always look at some other factors. Like for an example, gap ups. Gap ups really good. So when you see like a hammer followed by a gap up, that's a good opportunity to buy, because that means there are a lot of like a lot of buyers that are coming into the market and they're willing to buy. So that's why they're pushing the price really high and really fast. And also if you see like a shooting star at the top followed by gap downs, that's a sell signal. So always pay attention to the gaps ups and gaps downs, because it's really a good indicator. But sometimes you see like a hammer without, or maybe a hammer or with, or maybe a shooting star or inverted hammer or whatever without a gap up. Always be patient and wait. Never rush in. Because sometimes I remember when I started trading and learned about the hammers and all these things. When I see a hammer, I would buy right away, and sometimes it's just like a fake. It wouldn't reverse, or maybe it wouldn't keep rising, or maybe sometimes you see a shooting star or maybe a hanging man, and the stock would just have like an accumulation area where people buy more shares, and the price keeps rising. Like for an example here, we can see a clear trend, but it stopped at like a couple of points where it can accumulate more stocks. They like market makers, they would buy more shares to push that stock keep rising. So always pay attention. Just don't rush in when you see like a hanging man or maybe a hammer or whatever. Just buy or sell right away. Always look at the other factors. So this was, I believe, a quick lesson about the candlesticks. So today I showed you guys about the candlesticks and what I believe to use. And some people, they use them to trade, but for me I use them for entries. And in the next videos I will be talking about the stocks formations, which I really like to use. Like this one, that triangle. I made a trade like a month ago. I bought here after I saw that drop, really huge drop here. I didn't rush in, even though I saw hammer and things. I missed all of that from 11 till like almost 14. So I missed basically like almost $3 and something. But I'm not looking at $3. I'm looking at the big portion. So that's why I saw that the stock was moving in between the triangle. Then I remember in one of these days I bought, but I normally buy at the lines. I don't like to buy in the middle, so I don't get stressed when I see it dropping or increasing. And I don't want to get greedy, so I would buy at the lines, then wait. So finally we broke out, so I'm waiting. I'm hoping maybe to go up to 17 or maybe 18. So we will see next Monday, but I believe it will keep rising. So this is what I'm going to talk about, the formations, and also I'm going to talk about the uptrends and the downtrends, all of these things, and how to draw them, and also so the support and resistance in the next videos. And also I will cover the supply and demand and the Wyckoff method and the volume and all of these. So please like and subscribe and share it with friends if you feel like you learned something. And also the most important thing, I will leave some links if you are really willing to learn more about the candlesticks, similar to the the pictures that I showed you. I will just leave some links to so you can access it and see more about read more about the candlesticks and how to trade using them. But I would suggest that you just use them for an entry points. Don't use them for trading because sometimes they could be get tricky or something. And also, there's one thing that I forgot to mention in the previous video, which is like you guys should never ever trade with emotions. Always use your mind when you make trades, because like when you trade with emotions, you always make bad decisions. So that's why trade with like don't trade with your heart, trade with your brain, and always be patient, because the money will never cry for you. So that's why be patient, and hopefully things will be okay with you. So hopefully you guys learned something today, and that's it. And thank you so much. Bye.